And we're back with another video. You know, that weekly market breakdown where we take a look at the market from both a technical and a fundamental perspective. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, before we continue, guys, if you are looking for a reliable and an affordable prop firm, check out Equity Edge and grab a 35% off your first purchase simply by using the link in the comment section below, or at checkout use RolioJ35 to grab your first discount from Equity Edge, which is a reliable and a very affordable prop from there as well. Now, before anyone asks, guys, so why you can't see me? Well, I guess the iPhones can't swim, and I will be back on camera tomorrow with a new device. And for the people that was on the live who said, you know, my internet speed, there was something, my internet speed is lagging, I want to give you guys an update on the internet speed that I currently have. Right there you can see that is my current internet speed. So there is no way if I go live I'm lagging. You're gonna say it's me, because it can't be me. Okay, I am not lagging. Any case, let me close that. So let's first go and have a look at the news events that had taken place. That was last week, right? So we mostly focus on high impact news for the dollar index. And you know, Jerome Powell spoke last week, and I guess that was kind of it. This week we've got the core CPI, and flash manufacturing PMI. We're going to focus on the CPI. So the CPI is the consumer spending index, which is an indicator measure. That is an indicator that is used to measure inflation in the market. And this is basically inflation month over month and inflation year over year. So let's get straight into this video over here. Before I continue, I want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. Right now, we all know Bitcoin had this massive dump. Right now, this is not a breakdown that we saw. Right now, the one thing that I do find strange in the market, you know, is that it is very weird how Bitcoin created resistance right in the month of August, and then just as Bitcoin approached that resistance, all of a sudden these tweets from Donald Trump came out and it whipped the market all the way back to that previous level of support. Now, the reason why I find this fascinating is that he could have dropped the news here, he could have dropped the news there, or he could have dropped the news there or there, but the news drops right around the same price that it previously reached in the market. Any case, let's start here with a dollar index over here, right? So this was last week's breakdown. We were a little bit on the wrong side. The market actually moved higher, tested that previous resistance, pulled back, broke below this resistance. A lot of market manipulation, if you ask me, because you know, there's a lot of structures that didn't hold, like this important structure here that we would have expected to bounce from. But we have broken below that structure now and tested this level over here. Now, that's very important that in a case like this, that we are reactive and not predictive. So here we can see the market printed resistance, right? Broke above resistance, broke below support, and it's back at that resistance once again, because it also came to test this previous level of resistance here. Sorry, so support here. I'm now just talking dear Maka. This is support. So I am still very, very highly expecting the DXY to hit this previous high that we have identified over there. So in order for that to take place, obviously going through on Monday, I expect a break above that level, a potential pullback, and then a continuation higher. I'd probably say higher till there, because we always have to trade to the next structure in the market, and it's important that we are reactive. So I would probably wait for the market to come back to hit this level over here, and then from there I'll definitely, alternatively, if there is some rejection at this level at the start of next week, that's important that as traders we adapt to the ever-changing market environment. Now here we've got GBPUSD, GU has shown some very aggressive rejections of this level over here. If you pull that slightly back, you'll see that level was created there also. So some level of rejections going through here. Going into the new week, I would probably expect a pullback to this level. But again, guys, you know what? Alternatively, if we do get higher then we're definitely going back to that level over there. But I'm just gonna tell you guys exactly what I'm going to be following. So based on my own forecast and my own outlook, I will be expecting a pullback to this level over here. But if the market give us any indication that it wants to go higher, then that is exactly where we are going to be taking the market. Next up, we do have Euro USD. Euro USD has shown a very aggressive rejection of this level. The market printed a W formation. Now, when the market prints a W formation, you normally expect a pullback to the neckline for the W, which is this level that is located over there. I do expect this pullback into there. Then from there, we are obviously going to have to monitor the price action to see if the market actually wants to go below there or if we're going to go higher. Again, traders, we have to adapt to the ever-changing market environment. Now, the NASDAQ is probably one of the worst things that you can trade at the moment because firstly, we have been stuck, or this market has done absolutely nothing but taken money from the people. So if you go into the 1 hour time frame, right, you'll see here, it was ranging within this area over here. And then if we go back onto the daily time frame, you can see this price manipulation there, right there, going absolutely nowhere. Again, you know what? I always suggest that if a market trades within a range, you have to wait for the break of the range like that. Alternatively, if it breaks below the range, I would assume that we would basically be looking to go a little bit lower. Now, remember, this is all on the daily time frame. You obviously have to apply the rules of your own strategy because this should not be considered financial advice. Next up, we've got the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones also similar price action. The market is giving us no clear direction in terms of what's going on here. You just see a lot of liquidity sweeps over here. The market is just just wicking people out over here. And if you go into lower time frames, you'll probably see these are levels that might have that was printed as resistance, and the market probably just went for that liquidity sweep to the upside, went for that liquidity sweep to the downside, taking up those stop orders. Again, I would stay away from this market if I was me, which I am, but you can decide what you want to do. Gold, I'm not even going to talk about because why? This market has shown no indication of where it wants to go. And in a situation like this, you know what? I always tell people that you can always go on to lower time frames and you can trade the price action around these levels. You see, so this would have been a nice sell there to that low there. Yeah, if you've got it into that level, you could have taken a sell down there. But for higher time frame analysis, it's going to make no sense for me to waste your time. Guys, that is it from my side. Thank you for your time. And as always, cheers for years.